That $150 service call your tech ran this morning? It didn't make you $150. By the time you add up labor, the truck, and overhead, it actually cost you $177 to deliver. You lost $27 the second he drove away. And if you don't know your real numbers, that's happening on calls all day, every single day, and you're finding out about it at tax time instead of right now. Here's the part that should scare you. The average HVAC contractor runs a net profit margin of just 2.5% to 5%. That's not a cushion. That's a rounding error. One bad callback, one warranty claim, one slow month, and your entire year's profit is gone. Meanwhile, top-performing shops are hitting 15 to 25% net margins. Same trade, same customers, same weather, completely different results. It's not because they work harder or answer more calls. It's because they know their actual cost to run a job, down to the dollar, and you probably don't. Here's the math almost nobody runs. Say you pay a tech $30 an hour. That is not what he costs you. Add payroll taxes, workers' comp, health insurance, PTO, and training, and your true burden labor rate is $40 to $45 an hour. Add the truck, fuel, insurance, and maintenance. That's another $18 to $25 an hour of drive time and idle time you're already paying for. Now add overhead, rent, software, office staff, marketing, the hours you spend writing estimates that don't close. Small shops run 30 to 40% of revenue just on that. Stack it up. A simple capacitor swap, one $20 part, roughly 1 hour on site including drive time, suddenly costs $177 to deliver. If you billed $150 for that call, you didn't make money. You paid to do the job. And it's not just the small tickets. Run the same math on a bigger job. An $8,500 install with $1,200 in labor, $3,800 in equipment, $600 in materials, and $400 in permits and disposal looks like it clears $2,300 in gross profit. That is, until you allocate your overhead rate on top of it. Depending on your shop, that can eat another 15 to 20% of the revenue, which quietly cuts your real profit almost in half. On paper you had a great week. In your bank account, you can't explain where the money went. And here's the number that should really get your attention. Research from Workyard shows the average HVAC business owner earns $598,000 a year. But the median owner, the one right in the middle of the pack, takes home just $76,000. That gap is enormous. Half of all owners are carrying full owner-level risk, personally guaranteed loans, payroll on their name, for senior technician pay, because they're pricing off gut feel and competitor rates instead of their own real numbers. This isn't a problem you can grow your way out of, either. A lot of owners assume more revenue solves it. It doesn't. If every job is quietly underpriced by 15 to 20%, running more of those jobs just means losing money faster, with more trucks, more payroll, and more stress. Growth without job costing just scales the leak. That's why some of the busiest shops in a market are also the closest to broke, while a smaller shop next door, doing half the volume, is actually taking home more. So here's how you fix it. 3 moves, and you can knock out all 3 this month without hiring anyone or buying new software. Solution 1. Calculate your true burden labor rate. Take every tech's hourly wage and multiply it by 1.3 to 1.4. That's what they actually cost you per hour once you load in taxes, comp, and benefits. Write that number on the wall next to your price book, because from now on, that's the number you build every price around, not the wage on the paycheck. Solution 2. Build your overhead recovery rate. Add up every overhead dollar for the year. Rent, software, admin salaries, insurance, marketing, the works. Divide that total by your billable tech hours for the year. That number is what every single hour on every single job has to recover before you make $1 of profit. Most shop owners have never calculated this in their life. The ones who do stop underpricing installs by accident, because they can finally see the floor they can't price below. Solution 3. Job cost your ticket types every quarter, not just your company as a whole. Pull your last 90 days of jobs and sort them by type. Maintenance plans, service calls, installs, emergency calls. You will almost always find one category, usually a maintenance plan or a specific repair, that's quietly losing money on every single ticket, even while the rest of the business looks healthy. reprice that category or cut it entirely. That one move alone can add tens of thousands of dollars back to your bottom line without running a single extra job or hiring a single extra tech. You don't need new software to start any of this. A spreadsheet with 4 columns, wage, burden, truck cost, and overhead rate, gets you further than most shops running full accounting platforms they've never actually configured for job costing. The owners who turn this around aren't smarter than you. They just stopped guessing and started measuring, one job type at a time, one quarter at a time, until pricing became math instead of a feeling. Do you actually know your overhead rate per hour right now, off the top of your head? Drop your number in the comments below. And if you genuinely don't know it, that's exactly why this video exists. Go calculate it this week, before you price another job on a guess. This is Margin and Wrench. New playbook every day. Hit subscribe if you want tomorrow's.